Imagine the Earth is about to screech to a catastrophic halt. Just a total absolute stop for exactly 5 seconds. Sounds brief, right? But how much damage could 5 seconds actually cause?
Okay, let's dive right into this, because to truly understand what happens when our planet slams on the brakes, we first need to wrap our heads around the massive, invisible forces we'd be completely disrupting.
You see, for 4.6 billion years, we've been riding on uninterrupted momentum, literally since the Earth formed. Those ancient swirling clouds of gas and dust generated the exact forces that keep us rotating in one direction today.
It's all rotational momentum. It's kind of like a figure skater pulling their arms in to spin faster and faster. And because there are practically zero forces out there in space to slow us down, we just keep on spinning. Which, honestly, is exactly what makes a sudden halt so incredibly terrifying.
Part 1. The ultimate emergency brake.
And this perfectly illustrates the main problem. The very second the ground stops, well, the crust halts. But the atmosphere doesn't. Everything physically attached to the planet completely freezes in place, but the air above it just keeps moving forward at absolute full speed.
Part 2. Supersonic global winds.
Alright, so this is where things reach pure action movie levels of destruction. Because the Earth rotates fastest at the equator. If you're standing there, you'd instantly get hit with wind speeds of 1,670 kilometers per hour.
And let me be clear, these winds don't just knock you off your feet. We're talking about forces literally strong enough to tear up the Earth's crust. Open fields, massive steel-reinforced buildings, houses, cars, they're all completely obliterated and sent flying like they're nothing.
Now, if you're up in the mid-latitudes, places like New Zealand or France, the winds are quote-unquote weaker at about 1,180 kilometers per hour. But make no mistake, that still destroys practically everything in its path. To put that into perspective, that is 3 times stronger than any storm humanity has ever recorded. If the crust under your feet miraculously didn't crumble, you and everything around you would still be launched massive distances. Which brings up a kinda dark but fun question. With all these supersonic winds launching you into the air, are you going to space? Like, would you just fly right off the face of the Earth?
Well, thankfully, no. See, the escape velocity, the speed you actually need to break Earth's gravitational pull, is about 40,000 kilometers per hour. So while these emergency brake winds are absolutely deadly, you're staying firmly right here in the atmosphere.
Part 3. The massive double tsunami.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is that the oceans face a completely horrifying reshaping of their own. You see, Earth isn't actually a perfect sphere. It bulges near the equator, and that shape is heavily dependent on the fact that we are constantly spinning. That constant spin creates centrifugal force. It's an outward push that actually gathers a massive, massive amount of ocean water right around the equator. So when the spin suddenly stops, the release of that force is going to cause utter chaos. It happens in a rapid-fire sequence. 1. The Earth quickly transforms back into a perfect sphere. 2. All that equatorial water violently rushes toward the poles. And 3. Just 5 seconds later, the Earth restarts, backtracking all of that water instantly.
The sheer brute force of this is staggering. A massive wall of water slams into everything, flows away, and then literally slams back again. I mean, that is one heck of a storm coming from both directions.
Part 4. Surviving the unsurvivable.
So, it's pretty bleak. But how exactly would you survive this? Well, theoretically, your absolute safest place would be near the North or South Poles. The winds would actually be the mildest up there, making it pretty much the only theoretically survivable spot on the entire surface.
But here's the thing. So the crucial point is that even though the Earth returns to full normal rotation after just 5 seconds, the damage is already done. Farmland, cities, all technology completely demolished beyond recognition. Billions of people would tragically perish from the sheer brute force of it. Basically, there's absolutely nothing left of human society on the surface. To truly outlast the sheer power of those gusts and the crushing double-wave tsunamis, you'd honestly better start building a really, really deep underground bunker. Okay, take a breath. Here's your reality check. Earth is luckily not expected to come to a screeching halt anytime in our foreseeable future, or even in the next few billion years. In fact, long before the Earth's rotation ever actually slows to a stop, our sun will burn out and turn into a red giant, expanding and completely consuming us anyway. So, problem solved?
but it really does make you appreciate the incredibly delicate physics governing our entire existence. Knowing all of this, what other invisible forces do you think are keeping you perfectly safe right now?